Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Husband pays for him and his friend to sit in first class, but pays for his wife to sit in economy. This is a post that's been creating some controversial discussions all over social media. So this wife shared a situation that she had with her husband. She wrote, "My husband and I haven't been on a trip out of country for years, while he goes every year with his best friend. His reasons for going with him is because they both go to attend sporting events. This year, my husband told me I could go with him and his friend since they were visiting a new destination. He paid for my ticket and everything else since I'm a stay-at-home mom and have no job. The kids were left with my mom. However, when I found out that he booked first-class tickets for himself and his friend while I got economy, I just couldn't hold my tongue." Of course, guys, she was mad, right? I confronted him about it, and he at first refused to discuss it. Then when the argument got heated, he yelled, "I paid for your ticket. Isn't that enough?" With question marks. Then kept on about how I should stop acting like loyalty, and that if I come to think about it, even economy is fine since I technically don't work anyway. I cried because of what he said, but decided to just not go altogether. He changed his tone and started begging me to just go with what he planned, but I declined. I went to pick the kids from mom's house and he came back 3 hours later, huffing and puffing about what happened. His friend sent me a text calling me entitled and said this was the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with them. And I just proved his point. I did not respond, but I blocked him since he's gotten increasingly rude over the past few months. He, my husband, said I could keep crying about being excluded, and this is what happens when he finally decided to include me. So guys, you heard what happened in this situation. To me, it sounds like the wife in the situation has been wanting to go on these trips with her husband, and he finally let her come. Right? But the problem is this: her husband is flying first class with his friend while she sits in economy. What do you guys think so far? But as always, we're going to check out these comments. Let's see what the people had to say about this situation. Our first comment says, "I think they go together." This commenter coming in at 25K likes. Real quick, man, from the way that post was written, it sounds like the story and the couple come from somewhere in Europe, right? I don't know exactly where, maybe like the UK. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounds like. And I say that to say this is so expected. This comment here of "I think they go together," basically saying, hey, your husband is gay. This is the American woman thing to do. If you're a man and you spend a lot of time with your male friend, especially if it's just one guy, you know, women will be quick to jump to this right here. It's like, he must be gay. Right? And most times they do that because they're not getting their way or they just want your attention. They don't like that coffee.
This coffee smells like shit.
Another commenter says, "Your husband has a husband, love." 8K plus likes. Next, this woman says, "Because that's his main man." So again, guys, you see the theme here, women calling the man gay. This female commenter says, "Signs be crystal clear and bees still be in denial. Girl, they effing simple." Right, another insult there. This guy says, "She don't know," with the question mark next. This other guy says, "He said, I don't care if I'm married. It's bros before 304s. Right, with the laughing emoji. Next, this woman says, "Shaking my head. And that's the day he'll be getting a divorce." Right, should be done with that situation if she was forced to sit in economy while her husband sat in first class. This guy says, "If you're sitting in first class, so should your wife, period." Another commenter says, "That's a close friend, I guess. Praying for all involved, so dysfunctional." This woman says, "Girl, let them go on their honeymoon alone, child. This is not rocket science." Followed by Hot 107.9, who says, "Who gon' tell her?" With a shoulder shrug. Finally, our last comment here says, "Your hubby and his buddy play butt wars, poo." Yeah. I'll say this. I'm going to give my honest take on this, but I'm curious to know what you guys think as well. I'm actually going to check these comments out. I always check the comments out. I personally would have put my wife in first class just because inevitably I'd have known this would have been an issue, right? Like, I'm not even going to deal with it. Just sit in first class. You're coming on this trip. I don't want to hear it. But that's just me, right? And also, I'm of the belief that if I choose to marry somebody, then they've probably earned that type of treatment, right? And maybe you might disagree. I'm curious to know what you guys think. As always, leave your comments down below. Listen, I appreciate you guys for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.